I'm Alicia with Country Mama Musings, and welcome to my 1902 farmhouse kitchen. Well, you know, the other day I was invited to be on a live stream with my dear friend Casey over at Ormsby Farms, and we had quite the laugh over a misfortunate incident that he found himself in the middle of when he wasn't feeling well, and he was at the store and he picked up some really nice little chicken nuggets, barbecue chicken nuggets, and he wanted some ranch dressing to go with them. And he said, "Friend, I grabbed some ranch dressing instead of making my own." And he brought home fat-free ranch dressing, and I assure you, my face told the story about how I felt about that ranch dressing when it's fat-free. Some things you just don't need to go there. So he was saying how he cans his buttermilk ranch dressing, and I said, well, I make mine dry and then I add my ingredients to it. And he said, girl, get me the deets for that. And I said, I sure will. He said, better yet, make a video. And I said, friend, consider it done. So I wanted to invite you into my kitchen today so we could put together a big double batch of buttermilk ranch mix. It'll be a dry mix, and then I'll tell you what you need to add to it to have just a beautiful either dip or a salad dressing. So let's get started. I have one of my big half-gallon mason jars. I like to make my dip mixes in the larger mason jars. I put my lid and my ring on, and then I vacuum seal them, and that way they are perfectly fine in my long-term pantry. They will last me a long, long time. The first ingredient we want this cultured buttermilk powder. You can get this at any big box store. I'll put a link in the description below. But once you open it, you want to use it. It will be shelf stable for quite some time, but once you open it, you kind of need to get it used. So I opened this to make something for Papa Jim the other day, and I need to use this up. You know, my recipe is right here in my grid down binder. I've got my recipe should I ever need it. I don't have to depend on the internet for it. We've got a video about that, so make sure you check that one out. And it's a challenge to a collaboration. Share with us, what are your top 5 recipes to keep in a grid down binder so you have them handy at all times. But I've got my recipe right here at the ready, and what we need is 1 cup of this buttermilk powder. Now, keeping in mind, I'm going to be doubling this recipe, so you'll be seeing me put more than 1 cup in. This is a half cup measuring cup here, and so I'm just going to spoon this in. And it doesn't have to be exact, it could be approximate. So there's one. I'm going to put 4 of these in so I end up with 2 cups. This is so delicious. You guys are going to love this. There's 2. I need 4 because this is a half cup measurement. We want 2 cups. The recipe is 1 cup. Again, I'm doubling. There's 3. I'm almost going to get to use this whole thing. Almost. There's 4. That's 2 cups. You know what? I have just a little bit left. Let's just pour it in. It's not going to make that much of a difference for my recipe. And then I don't have to make pancakes for dinner tonight. Okay, so let me set this aside. We don't even need our measuring cup anymore because the rest of ingredients are so easy. You just need your measuring spoons. Make sure you use proper measuring spoons. All right, so the first thing we need some dried parsley. I did a video recently about going to our Amish markets and doing a really great Amish market haul. I'll put the link to the video up here somewhere. One of the things I love to get out of the Amish market is their dried parsley. I love getting a lot of my herbs out there. So what we're gonna need for our recipe is we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. And oops, here I am talking about being proper. I grabbed the wrong one. Let's make sure I have the actual tablespoon. 1, 2. Now remember though, I'm doubling my recipe. So let's make it 3, 4, and I threw in a little extra. So let's put in just a little bit more. So there's our parsley. Next, we want 1 tablespoon of garlic granules. Now this is something that I get out at the Amish market as well. If you don't have garlic granules, you can use powder if you like. I would say you could probably do it on an even ratio as the granules. I just prefer the granules for this. So we want 1 full tablespoon of the garlic granules. Doubling my recipe, I'm gonna double that up. So I've got 2 and just a little bit more. You can never have too much garlic. Don't use garlic salt, okay? Use garlic powder, garlic granules. Don't use garlic salt because then your ranch mix is gonna be way too salty and you don't want that. So granules or powder. Next, we want 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Now, they didn't have any when I went out to the Amish market last, so I'm gonna have to use what I have here out of my spice rack. But we want 1 tablespoon of onion powder. There's 1. Here's 2. And a skosh. Simply because I had to make things difficult for the video, right? I'll make sure that the written recipe is in the description box below, so don't worry. And also you'll see I'm putting it up over here on my little chalkboard as we go. The recipe calls for kosher salt. I don't have my kosher salt out today. I do have my pink Himalayan salt, so I'll use the pink Himalayan salt in my recipe. And we want 1 teaspoon of salt. Here's 1, here's 2, and a skosh because I'm doubling and then some. Okay. I also have my pinch bowl for my black powder. I have a coarse black powder. So good when you use it in your ranch dressing. And we want 1/2 teaspoon. I've already got this nifty little measuring spoon to 1 teaspoon. So I'm gonna do that and it doubles it. Just a skosh. Thank you for showing up to the party there, Mr. Pinch Bowl. And then one last thing, and this is one reason I went out to the market earlier this month, because I was out of dill. Woo, that's strong when you take the lid off. My goodness. Oh my goodness, that dill is strong. We want 1 tablespoon of dill. So there's 1, doubling our recipe. There's 2, and just a little bit more. And that's it, guys. That's our ingredients. We's done. So I'm gonna take my little funnel out. Use a funnel, it makes it so much easier. You don't want your stuff all over the countertop like what I did here with my buttermilk. But just go ahead, add a lid. And you're just gonna give this a good shake. Really get it mixed up well. You know, I've got more dry mixes that I want to put together today, so I want to free up this 1/2 gallon jar. I got one of my clean quart jars, and I'm just going to go ahead, transfer this over, then I'll vacuum seal it, and I will put it in my pantry. Make sure you get it all, it's good stuff. That fits just right. Put my lid on it for now, and later on when I take my vacuum sealer out, I will vacuum seal this and it will be all ready for summer dips and salads. So that's all today from here at the farm, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy this buttermilk ranch dip mix. And Casey, my friend, this one was for you. Until I see you guys again here on the farm, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.